I have Cypress running and I've opened it up side by side so that you can watch how the tests run as we implement the test. The first thing I'm going to do is update my home.spec, and the first test is should display site title, page title, and this is going to give us an opportunity to test the full stack JS MERN starter title we have here. So the first action is to visit the home page, right? And the second action would be to select this element using its DOM selector and run assertions on it. So with Cypress, we have this selector playground. We can click on an element and select a valid CSS selector for that element. So if I copy this to clipboard and paste it in my code editor, we have sci.get, and this is getting an element using its CSS selector, and we can run assertions on it. For example, we can say should contain, and we expect it to contain this text. Now I would save this file. Cypress automatically runs the test. Looks like it says connection refused. Let's check up on our server. Our server is running, so I just restarted the Cypress test, and that's fine. So you can see that the results of the assertion are showed there. Our test is successfully run. Now, even though this selector is fine, the .text extra large, this might be fine, but then it's always good to have selectors that are very descriptive of what they are. So I'm going to go to the client pages folder and go to the home.view, and this is where the HTML for the home page is defined. In here, I'm going to give this an ID of home page title. And then in my home.spec, I'm going to change the selector to an ID of home page title. And this is more descriptive for me so that when I'm reading my test, I understand exactly what this element is. Now I'll save that. Cypress automatically run test. So it looks like Cypress has a little issue refreshing my test, but I've never experienced this before. But I don't think you're going to experience that. So I'm just going to manually restart the test. And great, our assertion is successful. Another test we want to add is to make sure that the sign in and join now buttons exist on our home page. So I'm going to say it should have sign in and join now buttons. First, we need to visit the home page. So site.visit homepage for this test. And then we can get the selectors for the sign in and join now buttons by using the selector playground. If we click on sign in, you can see that's a selector. And if we also click on join now, you can see that's a selector. But I don't want this. I'm going to go into the code and implement IDs for these buttons. So I know where the code is, so I'm just going to go into it, which is in the components top bar file. And in here, we have the sign in route, and we also have the join now route. So let's give them IDs. The ID for this is going to be login button, and the ID for the join now is going to be register button. And now in our home.spec, we are going to cy cypress.get an element with ID of login button, and we can assert that it should contain the text of sign in. Then we can also assert cypress.get register button that should contain the text of join now. Now we save this file. Cypress is not running the test automatically. I don't know why. I don't think you're going to experience this. I've never experienced it before, but I'm just going to manually restart the test as usual. And we have 2 successful tests. And right here, you can see how descriptive it is. It should display page title, and it should have sign in and join now buttons. Next, let's add an assertion to make sure that when the user clicks on the sign in button, it takes him to the sign in page. So should navigate to sign in page. In this test, first I'll visit the home page. Secondly, I will get the login button. using site.get login button ID, and then I'm going to call a method called click, and this is going to simulate a click on that element. Then I'm going to get the URL, and I'm going to call should contain, and this is going to contain auth/login. And now if I save this and run my test, great, we have a successful test. And if you can see well in the browser, you'd realize that we are on the login page. Let's add one more test for the register click. So it should navigate to the register page. I'll visit the home page, click on the register button, and the URL should contain auth/register. That's my assertion. I save it, run my test, and great, we have 4 successful tests. So those are the tests for our home page, and we've learned how to get elements from the page using CSS selectors. We've also learned how to get the URL and run assertions on that URL. The assertion library for Cypress might be a little strange because we are calling should and passing in a string as the method to test, but you're gonna get used to it really fast. Alright, go ahead and write some more tests and let this stick.